Have you ever wondered what it's like to live a life where every step is watched, every meal is tested, and every crowd is a potential threat? Imagine being so important or so controversial that your daily existence requires a fortress of human and technological security, a literal army dedicated solely to keeping you alive. We often see world leaders waving from motorcades or giving speeches behind bulletproof glass. But what we don't see is the intricate, invisible web of protection that surrounds them. Who are these individuals, and what incredible lengths are taken to shield them from the world? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the lives of the most heavily guarded leaders on the planet, stepping into a world of decoys, food tasters, and elite operatives where the stakes are, quite literally, life and death. The President of the United States is arguably the most public-facing leader in the world, and consequently one of the most protected. The responsibility for the President's safety falls to the United States Secret Service, an agency with a legendary reputation and an almost mythical public image. Their job is a relentless 24/7 operation that begins long before the President even considers stepping out the door. Every single location the President visits, whether it's a foreign palace or a local diner, is subjected to an exhaustive advanced screening. Teams of agents swarm the area days, sometimes weeks, ahead of time. They map out primary and secondary evacuation routes, inspect every room, sweep for electronic bugs, and even check the backgrounds of every employee who might come into contact with the President, from hotel staff to caterers. Snipers are positioned on rooftops, while counter-assault teams remain hidden in plain sight, ready to neutralize any threat in a fraction of a second. The presidential motorcade is a symphony of security on wheels, a rolling fortress designed for one purpose: to protect its primary passenger. What you see on the news is just the tip of the iceberg. The fleet often consists of 40 to 50 vehicles, but not all are what they seem. Among the identical, heavily armored limousines, known as the Beast, only one carries the President. The others are decoys, designed to confuse potential attackers. These cars are more like tanks than luxury vehicles. Their doors are 8 inches thick, weigh as much as a cabin door on a Boeing 757, and are sealed to protect against chemical attacks. The windows are made of 5-inch thick, multi-layered, bulletproof glass that can stop armor-piercing rounds. The tires are reinforced with Kevlar and can run flat, and the chassis is reinforced with steel plates to withstand a bomb blast. The vehicle is also equipped with its own oxygen supply, firefighting equipment, and even a secure encrypted communications system. But that's not all. It carries a supply of the President's blood type in case of a medical emergency. Escorting this beast are specialized vehicles filled with heavily armed agents, a mobile communications hub, and a vehicle containing a doctor and medical equipment, essentially a rolling emergency room. Overhead, the sky is not always clear. Air support often monitors the route, providing an eye in the sky to watch for threats that ground teams might miss. When traveling by air, the President uses Air Force One, which is not just one plane, but a designation for any Air Force aircraft carrying the President. The 2 highly customized Boeing 747s that typically serve this role are military command centers in the sky. They are equipped with advanced, secure communications equipment, allowing the President to run the country from 40,000 feet. More importantly, they are hardened against the electromagnetic pulse of a nuclear explosion and possess sophisticated electronic countermeasures to jam enemy radar and defensive systems like flares to divert heat-seeking missiles. Every detail is meticulously planned. Even the food served on board is sourced and prepared under strict security protocols to prevent poisoning. From the ground to the sky, the American President lives within a bubble of security so complex and pervasive that it's almost impossible to comprehend. Moving across the globe, the security surrounding the leader of North Korea is shrouded in even more secrecy and intensity. For Kim Jong-un, protection is not just about preventing assassination. It's about maintaining the absolute power and mystique of the ruling dynasty. His security apparatus, known as the Supreme Guard Command, is a fanatically loyal and highly trained force numbering in the tens of thousands. These are not just soldiers. They're handpicked from the most loyal families, and their primary duty is to form a human shield around their leader. When Kim Jong-un travels, you often see a group of men in sharp suits jogging alongside his limousine. This is his personal bodyguard unit, a team of martial arts experts and sharpshooters who create a moving perimeter of protection. Their synchronized, almost robotic movements are a chilling display of discipline and dedication. The paranoia extends to every facet of his life. When Kim travels abroad, the logistics are staggering. He famously prefers to travel by a custom-built, heavily armored train that moves at a painstakingly slow pace, allowing security teams to sweep the tracks for explosives miles ahead. The train itself is a mobile palace, complete with conference rooms, lavish suites, and of course, state-of-the-art security features. But the most bizarre detail of his travel preparations involves his personal comfort. It has been widely reported that Kim Jong-un travels with his own private toilet. This isn't a matter of luxury or convenience. The reasoning is far more strategic. It prevents foreign intelligence agencies from collecting his excrement, which could be analyzed to reveal a wealth of information about his health, diet, and even his DNA. This level of caution highlights a deep-seated fear of biological espionage and a commitment to keeping his personal vulnerabilities an absolute state secret. Even his food is subject to extreme scrutiny, with every ingredient tested and every dish tasted before it reaches him. His protection is a blend of overwhelming manpower, technological might, and a level of paranoia that borders on the fantastical. In Russia, the protection of President Vladimir Putin is handled by the Federal Protective Service, or FSO. This elite and secretive agency is a direct successor to the KGB's Ninth Directorate, which guarded Soviet leaders. The FSO is more than just a bodyguard service. It's a powerful intelligence organization with broad authority to conduct surveillance, make arrests, and operate with a high degree of autonomy. They are responsible for the safety of not just Putin, but other high-ranking state officials, and they manage secure communication lines and protect state secrets. When Putin is in public, he is surrounded by concentric rings of security. The innermost ring is his personal bodyguards, men who are masters of hand-to-hand combat and marksmanship. They are trained to use their own bodies as human shields and are often seen carrying briefcases that are actually portable ballistic shields. The second ring consists of plainclothes agents who blend into the crowd, constantly scanning for suspicious behavior. The third ring secures the perimeter of the event, and the fourth ring is made up of snipers positioned on surrounding rooftops, watching every window and vantage point. The FSO's work is heavily reliant on intelligence and preemptive action. They are known to neutralize threats before they can even materialize, using a vast network of informants and sophisticated surveillance technology to monitor potential adversaries. Putin's motorcade, like the American president's, is a formidable display of force, often featuring Russian-made Urus Sinut limousines that are heavily armored and packed with defensive technology. But a key difference is the aggressive and fast-paced nature of the motorcade's movement, designed to make it a harder target to hit. The FSO's doctrine is one of total control, leaving absolutely nothing to chance. They control the environment, the information, and the people within it, creating an impenetrable shield around the man at the center of Russian power. Finally, we turn to a leader whose security is a matter of both state power and religious authority. The Pope, as the head of the Catholic Church and the sovereign of Vatican City, the Pope is a global figure who draws massive, adoring crowds wherever he goes. This popularity, however, also makes him a prime target for those with extremist ideologies or personal grievances. The responsibility for his safety has, for centuries, fallen to the Pontifical Swiss Guard. Founded in 1506, they are one of the oldest standing military units in the world. Their colorful Renaissance-era uniforms, complete with halberds and morion helmets, might look ceremonial, but they are a facade. Beneath the historic garb are highly trained modern soldiers. Each recruit must be a single, male, Swiss Catholic citizen who has completed basic training with the Swiss Armed Forces. They are expert marksmen and trained in advanced unarmed combat and VIP protection tactics. They carry modern firearms, like Sig Sauer pistols and submachine guns, hidden beneath their traditional uniforms. The Swiss Guard provides close protection within Vatican City, standing guard at entrances and flanking the Pope during public appearances. But their numbers are small, only around 135 soldiers. For security outside the Vatican, especially during international trips, The primary responsibility falls to the Gendarmerie Corps of Vatican City, the Vatican's police force, who work in close coordination with the host country's security services. When the Pope travels, the famous Popemobile is his most visible security feature. These custom-built vehicles have evolved over the years, especially after the assassination attempt on Pope John Paul II in 1981. Modern Popemobiles are often equipped with bulletproof glass walls, creating a secure chamber that allows the pontiff to be seen by the faithful while remaining protected. The logistics of a papal visit are immense, requiring seamless cooperation between the Vatican's security, Italian state police, and the host nation's law enforcement and military. They must secure massive venues, screen millions of pilgrims, and protect a man who actively seeks to be close to his flock. It's a unique security challenge, protecting a leader whose entire mission is based on openness and accessibility. The life of a heavily guarded leader is a paradox. They hold immense power, yet they are prisoners of their own security. Every handshake is a risk, every public walk a calculated operation. From the technological fortress surrounding the U.S. president to the fanatical human shield of Kim Jong-un, the paranoid precision of Putin's FSO, and the ancient meets modern defense of the Pope, these protection details are a hidden world of strategy, sacrifice, and constant vigilance. It's a stark reminder that at the highest echelons of power, the price of influence is often personal freedom, a life lived under lock and key.